guys, Sean here. Welcome back to another vlog in Siem Reap. So if you happen to like my content, please feel free, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm not too sure how much you can hear me. I came out for a walk. It was a very long day for me, and I had myself a nice cool shower, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go take a walk because it's cooled off tonight. I'm just gonna go and enjoy. And I got near downtown, and sure enough, the skies opened up, and so I kind of been like scrambling to dry place to dry place to dry place. So I ended up ending up here. I'm at Easy Speaking here. I'm on Pub Street, so it's right here. Easy Speaking. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we go. Easy Speaking. Yeah, this is just on Pub Street. It's actually one of my little favorite little haunts. I used to come next door and go upstairs to the spiral staircase that sits over the top. I've never sat up here yet. I probably will one day. I kind of just like coming here, sitting and people watching. A lot of times I'll have like an iced tea or a tea, or they have like 75-cent drafts or stuff. It's all like a cocktail to me, just because just one of those moods. I'm like, I would like to have something different. I don't feel like beer. So they have a cocktail menu with all these things like $2.50, $1.50. And they got one here called Whatever. And that kind of suits my mood. So I said, what's in it? Language barrier. She said it's similar to other ones. I understand. It's a cocktail. But I just said to her, it's like, I can't have gin. So as long as it doesn't have gin, I'm okay. So she's like, rum okay? I'm like, rum's fine. And the cocktail's not terribly strong here for $1.50. They're nice. And yeah, so today's been one of those days. I got up this morning, did some cleaning around the house and organizing and got some stuff ready. And I had an appointment at noon to go see 2 apartments. I only ended up seeing one. The person that was to meet me was unable to meet me at the second place and had somebody meet me at the first one. And it was lovely. It was a lovely location. $200 a month on the first floor, so it'd be not ground floor. Big, huge rooms, backed on nature. Nice sized kitchen, good sized bedroom, beautiful bathroom. Everything I could have hoped for and dreamed for, except there's like another kilometer outside of town. I'm like, and it's farther away from everything. I'm like, I would love to have that unit in town. So it was nice to see. It's one of the first ones where the pictures actually matched the apartment. But after I got back from that, I pinched it out and thank you. This is my Whatever. It's got mint on it, so that's a good sign. Couldn't tell you. Tastes like club soda. This is actually perfect for me. Yeah, a little bit of lime, a little bit of simple syrup, a little bit of rum. It's actually really, really mellow. Perfect for me. Yeah. So after I got back, it was just lazy afternoon. I didn't have any motivation to do anything. I finished off the last of my groceries, so I'm gonna get some tomorrow. And so it just was kind of an overcast day, and I was just like, turned on some tunes, pulled out a book, chilled out, relaxed, and enjoyed it. And then I'm like, this evening, I was like, I probably should film something. I'm like, so I went to take a walk, and now this happened. So it is what it is. Oh, thank you. Nuts. I love our nuts here. So I'm not too sure how well this is going to go over. but I'm going to do it. So, sometimes it's easy to tell what's happening in a place by the comments I get. 99.9% of the time, comments are great. You guys are like amazing. This is not a discussion about the majority. And this is barely going to be a discussion about the minority. Just an observation. But I've noticed that as times seem to get more difficult, and I'm looking at the YouTube algorithm. So I'm getting suggested more and more and more and more of the videos of like, you know, tough times back in the West. I'm not just Canada, the US, and the UK, and Australia. People are having a hard time all over the place. And I can see that in the comments, because when a person is hurting and they're watching somebody like me who's having a blast, living their dream, living the life that they've always wanted, you know, spending $1.50 having a nice little cocktail and peanuts sitting outside in a tropical rainstorm. Life is pretty fucking good. You know, I don't have a thing to bitch about by living here. But I can see that pisses some people off. Because, you know, how awful does your life have to be, or how awful do you perceive your life to be, when you think that a belittling comment is appropriate? I don't understand it. Now, I've been raised to be, you know, respectful people. You know, if people are, you know, doing things and, you know, trying to put out content and stuff, if I don't agree with it, I don't like their content, I move on. Because to me, it's obvious that that content's not made for me. It's simple. I just move on. But when I get some of the comments that I get, which are pretty heated, and the majority of them get blocked. Because when I made the video about when I was leaving Siem Reap last year, man, people crawled out of the woodwork for that one. And so I amped up the filters. And YouTube blocks all kinds of crazy shit that I don't even tell it to. It's like, okay. But I'm seeing it blocked more and more and more at the last couple of weeks. My content really hasn't changed. You know, I'm still doing the same thing. So obviously, the only thing that's happening is I'm getting more views, which happy for me, but unhappy for some people. So, yeah, I've been getting a lot more negative shit. And the thing is that when I get them, they're already blocked. I just ignore them. So the easiest thing for all that is like they just go screaming into the void. Nobody hears them, nobody sees them. They're typing away frantically, wondering why nobody is giving them a thumbs up. Why is nobody responding to me? Why? And people like me don't give a fuck. You know? And I've been seeing a lot more lately of people leaving comments like, oh, he's eating again, you know, or, you know, why are you eating? I'm like, I've explained this before, but obviously you don't care. The thing is, it's like, I make content for myself, my friends, my family, and eating is a part of my life. You know, I love it. I love food. Always have. So, if I want to sit in a restaurant and eat, my prerogative, I'm going to do it. And if you don't want to watch it, see ya. I don't care if you want to come and shit on my corn plate. It's not going to bother me in the slightest bit. Because it doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter to me. Because the opinions of those people, when am I going to meet them? You know? They didn't come looking for me because I was eating at a restaurant. I mean, How offensive is that? Like, get a fucking life. And if you don't understand that kind of content, move the fuck on. Go watch something else. It doesn't have to be. Nothing I make has to be watched. I find it silly. But I got a stick. I think I got lemongrass or something. I have no idea. Man, it's just coming down. I'm not commenting on this just to, try to tell people not to do it. I don't really care. Feel free to leave any comments you want. Your life. But just understand that it's going to be falling on deaf fucking ears. Because there's a song that I found years ago. The guy playing a ukulele. And it's like this old-timey Victorian type of little, wearing a suit, playing a little fiddle, ukulele, singing "I've got no fucks to give." I'm all out of fucks. I've got no fucks to give. Fucking cracks me up. I'm like, this man gets it. Because I don't have any fucks. I worked in customer service. I worked in IT. I've had people yelling at me for doing my job for years. And I've always looked at it as like, it's not my problem, it's theirs. I actually feel bad for some of the people because their lives are so shitty that they have to go and, pick on other people. Or sometimes it's people that used to be a management job, now they're retired, fucking miserable because they've spent their entire life telling people what to do. And now nobody gives a fuck about what they say. And guess what? Still don't. Just silly. One of the things that's been weighing on me. It's actually really nice. I have no idea if there's even booze in there. It could be vodka. But what I'm tasting is honestly club soda and lime. With a little bit of sugar. And if that's what I'm getting, I'm over the moon. Touch up coming right to here. That service right there. That's funny. It was a group sitting over here, and they're leaving. So I assume they're getting in. That's their tuk-tuk, and they're getting in. I don't think this is the driest spot. I don't care. So one of the things that I've been feeling for the last little bit, I'm not homesick. I don't miss Canada. I really don't miss the West. But I'm feeling that finality of things. I have officially decided to stay in Cambodia. This is now going to be my home. Where they decide to leave and it's getting worse. I have no idea if you guys can even hear me over all this rain. I mean, it's coming down bad. So yeah, so I'm home. I'm in the place where I want to be. This is the rest of my life. There's still that little part of me that wonders if I'm still, I know I was born in Canada, but I don't think I'm Canadian anymore. I feel like an outsider in my own country. I even felt that way the last time I was there. And it's a weird feeling, but it's kind of enlightening too, because the fact like go along with like the I've got no fucks to give, because like I'm watching the stuff happening back home over the last few months, and you know I've been watching that as an outsider because it really doesn't pertain to me anymore, because like I'm never going back. I have no intentions of going back. I don't want to go back. I don't miss anything there. You know, I'm still proud of being Canadian, but they don't. What else am I supposed to think, you know? It's a weird feeling. Like when I was a kid and we moved to the United States, you know, that was part of a dream that my parents had. So that was not my dream. You know, that more like my mom. She really wanted to be in Florida. You know, so my dad facilitated it and made it happen. And I'm happy we did it, but I was always an outsider there. I never fit in. Like I never felt like I was American at all. I always felt like I was just a Canadian living there. And then when I went back to Canada, well, it had been so long that it had changed. And then, you know, I bounced back and forth for years. And then when I was back the last time, it was during the pandemic. And that was an eye-opening experience, because, you know, the country that I loved was a very uncomfortable place to be. I didn't like it anymore. Man, there's a lot of rain. So, and now I'm here and I'm doing something for myself. And this feels right. But I've never felt more isolated from being Canadian. Because I don't think I'm Canadian by birth, but I think that's about it. And that's all I got. I don't know anymore. My head just rambles through all this shit all the time, man. Welcome to the shit. This is like, you know, the drone of the rain is usually what I'm hearing in my head anyway. This is me just rambling. I'm glad I stopped in here for this. You know, I'm such a drinker, huh? I still think there's no booze in there. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. If you like my content, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you're still here, so I'm planning there'll be a link over here to another video. But I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.